So today I'm going to show you the two different types of collisions, elastic and inelastic. Right now I have the track relatively level and the two gliders have the same mass. So I'm going to do elastic collisions first where they bounce off of each other. So the first one, this one's going to have a motion, this one's going to be at rest. There's my first elastic. You can see where the momentum of this one was transferred to this one. Okay? Now, another example, I'm going to have them like this and make them glide. And we can see the momentum is transferred from one to another. I'm going to do this one. I'm going to make this one go faster than this one, and they're going to collide, and this one's going to catch up to that one, and we should be able to see the momentum transferred also. There, you can see how that one really transferred to that one, and it took off much faster. Now, I'm going to switch this out, and I'm going to put my two other ends on here, which are a needle, a thick needle, and a end that has clay on the end of it. It's infused with clay, or clay is embedded in there. So as this hits that, it sticks to it. So I'm going to start with this. This one's going to be at rest. This one's going to be moving. This is an inelastic collision. Oh, notice how it transferred its momentum to the other one. Okay? Now, I'm going to do this again. I'm going to change the mass on this one. I'm going to put another 100 grams on there. I'm going to make these two come towards each other. This one's also going to be going faster. And there they connected together. And you can see this one had more momentum because it had more mass and it was going faster. When they collided, it ended up going in the same direction. Okay? So this was just kind of running through to remind you of the differences between elastic and inelastic collisions with some examples. I hope this helps as we move through the conservation of momentum here.